Hey, what's up, guys? Brandon here for Subscriptions Talk. Books released August 1st, 2012. And first off, I'd like to say that I pretty much loved every book that I got this week. I mean, really impressed by some, but even the ones, first one here, you have Animal Man, even I really enjoyed this too. So I'll just start off with that, because, I obviously, as always, I ordered these from least favorite to most favorite. And Animal Man number 12. It's the Rot World Prologue, Part 1. And if you watch my last video's subscription video, you know that it wouldn't be my last one, but the last one that had Animal Man in it. I just recently hopped in Animal Man. And I'm glad I did, because this prologue seems very interesting, where it's going to be the Animal Man and Swamp Thing team up. It just looks like it's going to be a great time. This issue was pretty great. I mean, not much happened. There's just, Animal Man and Swamp Thing meet up and, eventually talk about going into the rot. And then the final panel is they jump into the rot. And then some of the rot characters, I guess you could call them, jump out and start attacking Maxine and Abby and Ellen. And then that leads right into Swamp Thing, number 12. Part 2 of the Rot World Prologue. Little better issue, because, I mean, they do go hand in hand together. Like, I would feel bad for anybody who is subscribed to one or the other, because, I mean, although you might not miss anything, it's still going to be it's going to seem like it's lacking something, because they go perfectly together. Eventually, it is shown that before they jumped into the rot, Swamp Thing had a root that he attached as an anchor to the outside world. And it eventually gets cut off by... I can't even remember his name right now, but it gets cut off, so then they're trapped in the rot. And this is after Maxine has to seal the rot with her powers, so no more of the rot characters appear and attack them. Abby decides that she has to go destroy the Parliament of Decay, and she knows where it is, so she decides to do that. She vows to destroy it. And after the end, Swamp Thing and Animal Man get sent to almost 2 different worlds. And the one Swamp Thing is in is the Green Kingdom, because he is the herald, I guess you could call it, or the warrior of the green, and Animal Man is of the red. So Swamp Thing is of the Green Kingdom, and it looks like a version of Poison Ivy's there. I'm not sure if it's her. I mean, it looked like her to me, not positive. And then Animal Man gets sent to the Red Kingdom, and it's just, all destroyed, and just fires burning and things. So, I mean, I'm pumped for Alt World. Can't wait to see what happens. Liked both these books a lot. So, I mean, hope for the best. Daredevil 16, really fun book. I mean, if you read the last issue where Iron Man said he had to heal Daredevil after he was in his his vegetative state almost, and he takes him to Hank Pym, and then this book opens with Hank Pym just running around in his, micro size, running around in Daredevil's head with a Stark-made EMP gun, just killing these nanobites or nanobots that are in Daredevil's head. And eventually one of the antennae on Hank's helmet, if you will, gets broken. So then Daredevil starts seeing some of, Hank's memories, and then Hank sees some of Daredevil's memories and what happened to him. So there's a new, connection between them there. Eventually he kills them all, and then Hank gets out. So then, there's a nice moment where Daredevil's leaving the laboratory, I guess you could say, and says, "Hank, you're not alone," which is a very touching moment. And then, upon trying to go back to work, Matt goes in, and Foggy tells him to, come on and sit down. And it's seen that Matt's dad's remains are in the desk, along with his dad's boxing gloves. He robbed his dad's own grave. So then Foggy says he has to end it with him. I mean, it takes his name off the door. It seems like he's ending the friendship, too. So, another dynamic out of the story. Really love this book. It's a phenomenal book. I have no negative things to say about this. The only thing about this is the art. I usually don't like this art at all. It's kind of minimal. There's not a lot of detail. But it really works for this story, and it really works for this book, and I'm a huge fan of it. So, it would have been higher, but just every book this week was good. I really enjoyed them all. X-Men 33, once again, killing it with these covers. These covers are just awesome. I mean, another book that not a lot happens to. You're told a lot of what happened in the previous issue, but they eventually find the David Michael Gray, the scientist who is creating these other form of mutants out of the embryos or out of the tissue that he has. And Colossus confronts him, and he just kills himself. The guy just shoots himself. So then there's just, they're talking, and Storm talks about how she needs to keep doing this, and the team agrees with her, and then Colossus says, you need to tell Scott, which has been the ongoing, kind of subplot to this, is that she wanted to handle her own team and not tell Scott. But at the end of this issue, she actually breaks down, and she finally calls Scott. I mean, it doesn't tell you what she says, it just says, last panel was Scott, do you have a minute? So, I mean, wondering what's going to happen between that, if he's going to be mad, if he's going to, who knows what's going to happen, but I'm excited regardless, and these covers are killing it, so, pretty pumped about that. Action Comics number 12, which should just be called, What Superpower is Superman going to develop this issue? Which I feel would be pretty awesome. I mean, that's one of the only reasons I read Superman, love it for that fact, and he didn't disappoint in this issue. I'm going to be honest, I really don't know what's going on in the story, but just the things that he does, I love it. One of the superpowers he developed in this book is he emptied his mind, just got rid of everything, didn't think, and that's how he beat the telepathy of the character we have there, who is supposedly the forgotten Superman. There's also a scene where at the end of the last Action Comics 11, Lois Lane got hit by a car. So in this one, he tries to save her, so he reads every medical text ever published in a matter of 3 minutes, and then goes and he does the surgery on her himself. He uses his X-ray vision to see. He doesn't need a scalpel because his thumbnail was harder than a diamond. He cauterizes her wounds with his laser vision. I mean, just a phenomenal scene. Pretty incredible. And then my old buddy Batman shows up with a bat drive. It's just a thumb drive full of information on Clark Kent that he found. And earlier it's shown the firemen find Johnny Clark's uniform and presume him dead. So then Clark Kent is now Superman's alter ego again. Well, not alter ego, but his secret identity again. So I mean, I feel like that whole in-between there wasn't necessary because the Clark Kent die was such a shock and now he's back. But whatever happens. And then this lady shows up to help him, and I've never ran into her. I don't know who she is, but she refers to Mixes Pitalik. And I'm not even going to try to pronounce her name, just because it took me a long time to even figure out if Mixes Pitalik was pronounced correctly, and I was never confirmed or told differently whether it is or not. But apparently it's going to have something to do with his world, and I'm excited about it. I hope he shows up, because, I mean, one of my favorite Superman villains, although I'm not, that well-versed on Superman yet, or pretty much any of the DC characters, period, but I'm working on it. I'm trying to get better. So, I mean, love this book. I think the Zero issue is next, and it was called The Man Who Stole Superman's Cape. So, it sounds like a comedy issue, but we'll see. Earth 2, number 4. Great book here, again. A lot of very fun read. And it starts off, Captain Atom is introduced, although he's referred in this book only as the Atom. I mean, he's called Captain by his other army friends, but he just calls himself the Atom. And Grundy is just terrorizing, running apart, wants to find the Green Lantern and destroy him. Calls him the Green Warrior or something along those lines. And nice banter between Hawkgirl and the Flash about their powers and what they know. And then eventually the Atom comes down and it's discovered that, I mean, I have only picked up 3. I only have 3 and 4. I didn't pick up the 2 back issues yet. So I don't know about Hawkgirl's past, but he says that she needs to come back. It's not what matters to her. I guess she is some type of military character as well. So then the Atom grows and tells the Flash and the Green Lantern just to stand down. So, I mean, pumped to see the next ones. I really need to pick up 1 and 2. If there's anybody out there that wants to trade me, or I'll buy them off them, I don't know, it's hard for me to go and pay full cover price for a back issue. It's weird for me. So if there's anybody out there who wants to help me out, or make a trade or something, let me know, please. Avengers vs. X-Men Round 9. And as great as this book was, I feel that it wasn't the best of the week. And anybody who knows me and watch any of my videos and knows what I like will know, and who knows what came out this week will know what the next one is. But let's focus on this one first. I really love this book. I love this cover. I'm not a huge Spider-Man fan. Don't get me wrong. I really, really enjoy Spider-Man. But one thing about this issue that really made me like it was that he was just getting destroyed. And, I mean, I have some problems with Spider-Man recently. I feel that he doesn't see himself as a superhero. And I feel that he needs to. Like, he doesn't see himself as the hero. He just sees himself as a kid who, like, just got his powers. And, I mean, I do understand, as a friend told me, he told me that it's because the Avengers make him look like a B-lister. Maybe the Avengers only make him look like a B-lister because he sees himself as a B-lister. He's been one of the greatest heroes in the universe for how many years already, and I just feel like he needs to grow up mentally. Maybe it's not the right way to say it, but that's about it. In the issue, Storm reaches out to the Avengers and says she wants to help. So then, with the assistance of Professor X and Storm, they actually go into a type of hell on Earth that Magic brought up. It's kind of limbo that they are holding some of the Avengers prisoner in. I mean, beautiful art in here as always. Colossus and Magic end up arguing, and they take each other out, which means their power has went to Cyclops and Emma Frost. So they are super powerful now. And then at the end, Cyclops is ripping through dimensions to Kunlun, the place where Iron Fist is, where all the Avengers are hiding out. He just rips through dimensions to get there and tells Hope it's time to come home. So, pretty dramatic ending here. I've never read one of these yet that hasn't made me not excited for the next one. So they're letting off very well. Really pumped about it. And then anybody who knows me will know that the pick of the week is Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe. This book just blew my mind. This is a book, I feel this was written just for me, because I loved every bit of it. First of all, the cover here is crazy. Love this cover. And, I mean, it's a different story on Deadpool. It puts him in a psychotic state where he's just a madman and just wants to destroy. And, I mean, I don't want to say too much about this just because I feel like everybody should read this. But if you haven't read this, pick it up. But if you have read it, I hope that you have enjoyed it as much as I have. I mean, a few spoilers here. This whole first issue, I mean, it opens up on the first 3 pages. He kills the entire Fantastic Four. Unbelievable. I mean, it only shows him killing 2 of them, and as he kills Johnny Storm, the blood, like, splatters after he slits his throat with his sword all over the Invisible Woman who is standing beside him, and that makes him notice her. So then, she actually explodes his head, and then she turns her back on him, and he just, his healing factor grew his head back, and he just kills her. And then at the end of the issue, he actually does one of the things that I never expected to see, and he actually decapitates the Watcher. And I mean, for some reason, I'm a Watcher fan, and when I saw Deadpool kill the Watcher, that was just a special moment for me. Put a huge smile on my face. So Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe. I predict that every book of this that comes out will be the pick of the week, just because if it keeps going like this, it's unbelievable. Also, news: Brian Posehn is going to be co-writing Deadpool. And, I mean, I'm pretty excited for that because Brian Posehn is a very funny comedian if you've ever ran into him. And I know he wrote some other things. I don't think I ever got a chance around to reading them. But anyway, I am going to be on vacation next week. So I won't have a subscriptions video till probably Monday, but definitely by Tuesday I will have one up. So, I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed this. And remember, have a great day.